Hey guys, it's Angelique. Just wanted to come on here and talk about something that's pretty serious but also like a little sad, and that's just the worst part about being a digital nomad. Now there's so many benefits about being a digital nomad. I love that I live this lifestyle. I love that 3 days after graduation I decided to move to Asia and just live this life that I live. But with that, there are a lot of things that I think most people don't talk about. You see all these YouTube videos and all the Instagram stories and the Facebook captions on this amazing lifestyle, on this whole thing called being a digital nomad. And I think a lot of people underestimate the work that actually goes into being this so-called digital nomad, working online, making money online while traveling. And I just wanted to talk about it and touch on it because it's something that especially lately I've been struggling with a lot, and just wanted to shed light onto it because it's important. And I think for anyone going the route of wanting to become a digital nomad or even considering it, there are a lot of factors that go into making this life sustainable. Because I think if you don't consider those options, it isn't sustainable, and odds are a lot of things can kind of go wrong, and all these different things can come up like anxiety, stress, depression and stuff, and if you don't take care of yourself, it could really eat you up. And so I just really wanted to talk about the worst part about being a digital nomad and living this lifestyle, because I've been affected by a lot of these emotions, especially in the past month or so. One of the worst things is how transient most cities in Asia are. Chiang Mai is probably one of the top, but there's so many people that come in and out of a city, especially if they're a digital nomad and they're traveling through Asia and they're going to all these meetups because they want to make friends. It's a really transient lifestyle, and I really don't think it's sustainable for the long term. I think it's a enjoyable lifestyle, no doubt, but long term, long term, I don't think it's sustainable to be a digital nomad. And by digital nomad, I mean someone who is working online and consistently traveling. By no means am I saying like it's not sustainable to be a nomad. I think for me, I like being called an expat in a community, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but I like having a home base. And if you have a place where you have a home base, I think that is a lot more sustainable than consistently going country to country to country to country and then making new friends everywhere you go. Because so many nomad cities on the nomad list are so transient, so many people come and go into your life. Like, I became so close with some amazing people the first couple months I was here, and they've all left Chiang Mai. And for me, that was the first time I ever really felt alone, was because I became really close with a group of people and then they all left. And it was really sad because I was still the only one in Chiang Mai in that friend group and felt like I had to start over and make new friends, even though I have been living here for 4 months now. So the whole transientness of being a nomad and knowing that people are gonna come into your life and go out of your life really fucking sucks. And I wanted to talk about it because even in the past couple days, I've been feeling really out of balance, and like I've been trying to figure out ways where I can balance my work life and my social life without going mentally insane, because I think for me it took a lot out of me to come to terms with the fact that I had to start over. I have to go out, go to these meetups, meet new friends, and know that people will come and go into this whole lifestyle of mine, and I have to be okay with that. I can't just not go to events because I fear that I'm gonna get too attached to someone and they're just gonna leave. And it's not healthy. My boyfriend a couple days ago actually asked me about it, and he was like, "Are you okay?" Literally asked me just that question, and I broke down and kind of had like a mental breakdown on over stress of work. Because I was working so much, I let my social life slip, completely slip, where I wasn't working out, I wasn't going to meetups or social events, and I was seriously working, and then I used my boyfriend as the escape of the fact that I wasn't balancing my own personal needs. And even with like someone that I'm dating, it still could be really lonely, because then what actually ended up happening was, instead of focusing my needs and my wants on my own personal life, I became dependent on the relationship that I was in, and it wasn't healthy. And so we addressed that right away, and it was kind of something that I just had to come to terms with, the fact that like I needed to figure out a way where I can meet my own personal and social needs without using him as the escape for that. And that was really hard for me to come to terms with, because I think being a digital nomad, or whatever you want to call it, working online in a different country, because I don't really like the term digital nomad, but working online in a different country comes with a lot of sacrifices. Sacrifices of having a stable friend group that you know is going to be in one place for long. I mean, obviously I'll meet people that are here long term meaning 1 year. So even if I say 2-3 years, it's like people are going to be in and out of this city. And so I had to come to terms with the fact that most people I meet might either just be here for a couple weeks, a couple months, a couple years. I don't know for certain, because I can't control the fact that all the people I do meet are living this lifestyle, came to Asia from a certain place, or are based here. Obviously, that's just the fact. And so the transientness really does suck, and it's really hard to come to terms with, because you crave that close-knit feeling that at least I had in college. I came from a place where I lived with 6 of my best friends, and then moved away to the other side of the world. And even if I did make really good friends, a couple months later they're either in and out. And it's like, what also sucks about that is like, then you become close with all these people and you don't even know the next time you're gonna see them. Honestly, how transient this lifestyle is, it's really hard, and it could be really hard on your mental and emotional health, because it's always a give and take. You could give so much, invest so much time into a friendship, a relationship, and then know that a couple months later you're gonna have to say goodbye. And that's just a really hard part of living this lifestyle. And I think in the past couple of days I've really been impacted by it. And so that's why I wanted to talk about it and shed light on it, because I think a lot of people expect living a digital nomad lifestyle, working online, traveling the world, is all sunshine and rainbows and butterflies, but it is actually really hard work. And what comes with it is a lot of emotions, both good and bad, that you start to feel. And I think because you could build these amazing relationships with amazing people, it's so bittersweet, because it's like, we're gonna spend all this time together and experience all these new things together and work on our businesses together, and know that we are in each other's lives for a reason, for the now, but that doesn't necessarily mean they'll be a part of your future. And now this is really depressing. Like, honestly, it really is sad to talk about, but it's the truth. And now there's so many benefits that come with living this lifestyle. Like, I now have friends all over the world, which is amazing, and I get to be in a cool country and save a ton of money on living and stuff. There's so many benefits and so many things that I'm thankful for and appreciate so much that I get to live this lifestyle, because I know a lot of people don't have that opportunity or would never experience living this lifestyle. But I think it's important, because I think a lot of people expect all this good that happens and that comes with this lifestyle, but in reality there is a lot of hardships that come with it. There are a lot of times where you say goodbye to a good friend and like bawl your eyes out. I've done it. There are a lot of times where every time you meet someone, especially now, I'm more hesitant knowing that there's a possibility that this person might leave. And that's just really sad, going into a friendship with that in mind, because it's like, back home in Chicago, I never had to worry about people leaving, like coming and going. But when I came to Chiang Mai, I've never felt like so much more emotions because of people coming into my life and coming out of my life. It's really sad, and it can get lonely because of it. Like, you could feel so abundant with so many friends and so many connections, and then suddenly something will happen and everyone's gone. Obviously there are still people here that I'm good friends with, but especially lately, because burning season is coming up, Chiang Mai is starting to feel like a ghost town, and I feel like more and more people are leaving. It sucks to have to start over and make new friends, and even when you move countries you have to start over so many freaking times, and it's really scary. it's really exhausting, and because of that you might feel lonely. And unless you take care of yourself and understand what things you need and want in friendships, relationships, for your own mental sanity, then you have to deal with that, all that emotion. For me, I wasn't dealing with it. I was just letting it be, and then I just like shut myself out from the world. And it was easy for me to do that because I had so much work going on. I like took on new clients and stuff, so I had so much work going on, but my mental sanity was going through the roof. What ended up happening was me talking about it with my boyfriend, and then I like was able to figure out what things I needed and wanted in my own personal life and how I was able to get that. And so then I ended up actually reaching out to people that I have crossed paths with, and even if I know they're leaving or staying or whatever, just being okay with that fact, because you can't protect yourself from feeling any emotion. And if they do leave, whatever, it's fine, but the thing is, they were still a part of your life, and regardless, I'm grateful that they were a part of my life and will be a part of my life, because it's not like they're dead, right? They just left the city that you live in. But I try not to let that affect me when I meet new people. And I think that's what I had struggled with, was because I had to set those boundaries for myself. And I think for me, I'm a very, very, very emotional person. Even though on the surface I might not be, internally I think I feel a lot of emotion. So if I don't talk about the emotion I feel, then it just bottles up inside of me, and then really just ends up me being sick and like all this other stuff that isn't good. So yeah, just wanted to come on here and talk about that, because I honestly think that is the worst part about living this lifestyle, is the fact that it is so transient. People come and go. You have to say goodbye to some of your closest friends, and that fucking sucks, and you don't know when the next time you're gonna see them is. And it's really sad, honestly. And this whole life, living this whole life, can get really lonely at times. But as long as you're able to find the balance of what you need for your mental sanity, for your emotional needs, for just anything, once you're able to find that balance and know, okay, even if I am moving to a new country, these are the things I need to do to make sure I remain sane. Because if you don't take that into consideration, then it just ends up in this really lonely lifestyle that might look good on paper, on Instagram, on Facebook, but internally might not feel as happy as it looks on the external world. And so I just wanted to talk about that, because obviously this channel is just me trying to be as transparent about my journey as possible. And honestly, I really do think that's the worst part about living this lifestyle, is how transient it is, and it sucks. But I love it, because I've met so many cool people along the way, and now have friends all over the world, which is so amazing. But at times it does get lonely, and that just sucks, but it's the reality. And yeah, that's my life. So I'm gonna end it there, even though it was kind of sad talking about that, but I mean, that's life. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I don't know if the like enjoyed is the right word, because I was just talking about something super emo and depressing. But yeah, if you relate, maybe comment and let me know, because it sucks. And if you live this life and are traveling and working online and you know what I'm feeling like, then let me know, because yeah. Anyway, love you guys. Thanks for watching and sticking around for this really kind of sad video. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you.